we're off to a little bit of a late start today.
A little bit of a late start. It's okay. We've started later than this.
Oh, God. This construction is kicking my ass.
That one time we started at like 9:30.
That's true, huh?
Bro.
Oh, God.
You didn't go to work that next day.
Huh. Got a little drunk. I think that was the first... No.
It was like the second or third.
Yeah.
It was like the second. No, it was the second.
You just came over and partied, and we just didn't human the next day?
Yeah, no, we did not.
Did you go to work?
No.
Hell yeah, bud. We were up till fucking 3 or 4.
Yeah. Oh, well, fuck, we were up. That was the night you,
Yep.
Yep.
That was... Yep. It was
That
a
was
good
an
night.
eventful night.
It was a good night.
A lot of things happened that night.
A lot of things. A lot of things transpired is the word.
There we go.
So,
Making me English today.
welcome back, folks.
Oh, thanks for coming back.
Thanks
fuckers.
for coming back. Yeah, seriously, if you're still listening, I'm sorry about all the turmoil. We're still fucking with equipment. We're still fucking with the studio. So just keep listening. There's hope here.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're gonna do big things. Just give me some fucking time.
Oh, man.
We're starting off with a whole new setup. So you're gonna see the video clip of this. What's left of the construction. About a week and a half before you actually hear this episode. But when you see it, you're going to be able to connect the dots. And
Literally, you got the only part of the room that wasn't finished yet.
100%. Yeah. The rest of it's cool as fuck. This room is coming together really well. It just still needs...
Some finishing touches, for sure.
I'd be lying if I said, it needs a lot of money. So, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
It's really close.
It is really close.
We're just both... We work a lot.
We're really fucking busy.
We're really fucking busy. And with families involved, it's hard to dedicate all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to dedicate the required time to do this.
it's fucking coming along great. I'm super happy. Actually, tonight, I really hope that this episode comes out as far as quality goes. It looks... If it sounds like a duck and it looks like a duck...
Then by goose.
Fucking... Swear to God, if this thing comes out as a quail, I'm going to be pissed.
At least it'll be delicious.
It better be. But, we're back.
We're back. We
Back.
are back.
Zach is back. He's always back.
I'm always here.
Yes.
I'm never not here, first of all.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just behind the scenes. Sometimes I've got a migraine and I'm fucking laid up in bed and can't do shit.
So...
But we're going to do things...
Nope. It's not going to be any different than before.
No, except you normally have the topics prepared.
Oh, yeah. You got them today.
And you are just not with it today.
Oh,
So,
dude. I've been missing a brain cell for like a day and a half.
Listen, and normally I'm the one who has it. So whoever has our collective brain cell, could you please give it back?
I need it for tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got.
I'm supposed to be training people at work. This isn't fair.
that don't training people at work without fucking.
I'm really curious to see if this situation that we've set up in here helps the conversation or makes it worse.
I don't see why it would make it worse.
It's pretty sick. So we've abandoned the desk idea
Completely.
to see how well comfort works for our scenario. So this will be interesting.
It'd be pretty cool.
I'm into it.
Is that table still just sitting in your backyard, just in the grass?
Yeah, it needs to go in the fire.
It's a marble table. Sage.
It's not marble. It's not real marble.
Is it wood?
No, it's like laminate.
Oh, so we're not burning that.
Oh, no, it's gonna smell lovely.
No, it's not. Listen, your neighbors called the bomb squad on us last weekend.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we're not fucking doing that anymore.
Fuck.
We had a little burn barrel going.
A little?
And, okay, there are two 55-gallon fucking barrels out there.
There we go.
They were both full and on fire. We decided that it'd be a good idea to just throw the random trash bag in the corner into the fire barrel.
Yep.
That housed two, I'd say probably a quarter or an eighth full spray paint cans.
The aerosol cans, they go boom.
Boom!
Boom! Damn near took the window down.
I reached for guns. Fucking.
I hit the deck.
Thought we were getting shot at.
I've never moved that fast.
The neighbor's fucking back sliding glass door opened up with a quickness.
Yeah, it was good.
After the second one went off. But no, we're going to talk a little bit about reading the room and making some observations and kind of lumping into that too, not repeating cycles
Yeah.
that tend to pop up and tend to repeat themselves in your life that whether you want to admit it or not, and you're going to hate, we're going to tie into the A word here a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Um,
No,
but-
I'm actually really happy about that correlation.
okay. For once?
Yeah. No,
you,
I am
You
because
complain every other week.
this could be fucking rude. I really enjoy this particular topic, because I think it's fun to throw around. Reason being, this is something that most of the time, people would consider deleting yourself from a situation, or removing yourself is a better word, from a situation would be considered in a lot of people's eyes as like what would I think the worst possible fucking Christ, the worst possible way I could describe it is bitching out.
Okay.
Because there's so many people that are willing to just sit in the shittiest of situations, regardless of how it's going to affect them, and just say, well, that's not my fucking problem, or I don't give a fuck, or I don't give a shit if they're there, or if that's a situation. Everybody wants to play tough guy, and everybody wants to be a part of it. But what do you think it would do for somebody's mental state if you could just
Walk away.
just maybe not involve yourself in that particular situation and just carry on?
I know it helped me a lot.
This is the first time, but I really honestly don't have a scenario in mind here.
Really?
I don't. I would have in the past, but I don't right now.
Okay.
Because I have done said things, and I have removed myself from said situations.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I don't.
I think the most relatable for everybody would be either relationships or jobs.
Probably, yeah, because that's where the most tension is involved.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm gonna go with relationship standpoint of it for a minute. Talking about being able to read the room and not repeating cycles, make those observations, is you got to be able to look at what causes those cycles to come back around. And I mean, obviously there's always going to be the common denominator of you,
Right.
me versus me. You're battling yourself,
Mhm.
right? So you got to look at the situation at hand and go, wow, I feel like I've done this before. Realize, oh, fuck. I've done this with 6 or 7 different relationships at this point.
Mhm.
What is it that is causing the disconnect at this point? What am I doing? What am I saying? Is it me, or is it an outside that's kind of causing this cycle to repeat itself over and over and over again? And what I've found from my own personal life is 99.999 all the way out. Not 100%, but it's
Repeating.
damn near.
Right.
It's you. You're in your own head space. You get complacent. You get lax. You stop chasing, really, and whether it's a job or whether it's you stop trying to grow, right? So you always get to
I see.
You see where I'm going with this?
Okay, yeah.
You get to a point, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's your personal fucking, like whatever the situation is, you're going to come to a point where you're going to plateau, and that's when those cycles are going to start to repeat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're going to start to get that, okay, I've been here before, I've fucking done this, why am I having to go through this again? I just went through this with, 6 months ago, why the fuck am I doing it again? And in a relationship or a job, you've got to always have room to grow. You can't be stagnant. You can't. This goes for just everyday life too. You can't be stagnant. You can't be stale.
No.
The second that you stop is when those cycles start again. You start fucking getting into the rhythm, getting into the rut. Now the rut's taking you wherever the fuck it's gonna go. Off-roading. You get in that rut. Guess what, homie?
Gonna get stuck again.
You're going for a ride.
Right.
You've got to be able to recognize that, make that observation, and read that room. That the figurative room that you're in at that point, and be able to say, okay, I've gone through the door on the right. 9 times in a row, and it's always put me right back in the same fucking room. Let's go through the fucking window. Let's go through the door on the left. Let's go through the closet door. Let's go take another path. Figure it out.
Just change your approach just a little bit.
Just change something about. Just change anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Find. So we're gonna use a relationship. Find something inside of that relationship with that significant other that you're like, I want to focus a little bit more time on this. I want to grow here. When you get to that plateau, especially in a relationship, I think it's very important to recognize and start to focus at that point your efforts on specific pieces of the relationship that you want to grow in.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's, just personal time, or you want to start to learn really in detail more about what your partner likes to do in their free time, and you want to start doing that with them and their hobbies and what, kind of makes them tick. With a job, okay, I've gotten to this point where, I don't feel like in the current position that I'm in that I can go any farther than this. Like, this is it. This is my plateau from here. That's when you need to look at it and go, okay, what's the next step?
Right.
Where do I go from here? Right? I can't get any more out of this from here. I need to start, going up. I need to start focusing and growing more in a specific area. That way I can move up and expand my skills up into something that's bigger than this. Right? Same in a relationship. You want to focus on, again, your partner's hobbies and what they like to do. That way you guys can start to grow a bit more closer together to continue to maintain that relationship and have that connection with that person to that even bigger of a degree.
I can see how you're linking the two in a combined effort. I would say the only issue that I have with linking those two is the level of difficulty in which you're going to have on both is a lot different. And I say that because with something like your job, you're almost allowed to have that conversation openly while maintaining a certain level of professionalism.
Right.
From your other end.
Okay.
Whereas having that conversation in a relationship,
why?
Might fucking blow up in your face.
Why?
I mean, because now you're asking another person to share the same view, and
no, you're not. You're not asking anybody to share the same view as you. You're in a relationship with that person. And I don't mean to cut you off. I'll let you, but I need to elaborate on this before it fucking disappears, because obviously neither of us have the brain cell today. You're not asking anybody to sit and share the same exact view as you.
Not exactly, no.
And I'm not even talking about like viewpoints on shit like that. I'm talking about straight up like, hey, I want to grow more in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best way that I can, and this is where having that conversation comes into play, is let's focus on you a little bit. Let's figure out what it is that, what really makes you tick, what you really like to do in your free time. Like, what does Gabby do on a fucking Thursday night when she's at home? What, is it video games? Is it Legos? Is it whatever, that you get geeked out about?
Sure.
I want to learn about that. It's not about views. It's not about.
So what I'm kind of shooting for here is having gone through that a couple of times personally, is I can see the wholeheartedness is there and the positivity is there, but that kind of approach doesn't always get perceived as a positive thing. It can very well be received as a frustrating topic to some when they're
not ready to have the conversation.
Not necessarily not ready to have the conversation, but perceived as, well, I'm not, and it's not on purpose, but being perceived as I'm not doing enough, or I'm not enough, or it can go several different directions that where it would not be perceived the way you would expect it to be, because I would go into that conversation positively the same way you are, and expect the same results that you are. But again, having hit that speed bump at full speed, I've watched it go south.
Oh, I have too, but I also was able to make that observation after the fact and read that room a little bit and go, wow, okay, we weren't on the same page,
Right.
which definitely could have been handled by me a little bit with a little bit more tact, a little bit more class for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think that for that conversation, as opposed to having it with your employer, if you're having it with somebody whom you're sharing a life with, there might be a precursor to that. I think there would. I personally believe that there would be a better set precursor to that conversation, as opposed to just diving straight into it. That's just what I think, though.
like what? Like what? How would you go into that? How would you open that conversation?
What I'm coming off with initially is probably like questions about how they feel about current progress and how they feel about, kind of where things are going, and just try and get a feeler on that before you really just dive in and say something like that that could be perceived as this isn't enough.
Well, then lead with that.
I mean, that's just my approach.
No, and I get that, but what I mean by lead by that is then just say like, hey, this has nothing to do with. This isn't a negative thing on you. This isn't a negative thing on the relationship. Like, I'm very happy. I'm very content. I'm glad we are where we are. So why don't we not take a step further? Because that we're not talking about any extra level of commitment. But I want to learn more about you in detail as a person and what makes you tick. If somebody, and this is, it has bit me twice. And this is where it bit me, was the first one was nowhere near mature enough to handle that level of conversation. We're talking about having a very, very mature adult conversation with a partner who, whether you're living together, whether you're talking about living together, whether you're in a serious relationship living apart, you should feel that you can have an open-ended conversation of this magnitude without the other person going, wow, they don't want what we have now. Like this isn't enough. Like you just said, this isn't enough. This isn't where he wants to be. That isn't the case. That's not why this conversation gets brought up. Because it is enough. But at the end of the day, if you're not growing together, which the only way to grow together is to learn about the other person. In my eyes. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's how I look at it. Is the only way to grow effectively inside of that relationship is to learn about that other person and to learn them and to see them and to almost study them. So that way, when the time comes for you guys to have a actual serious conversation where you have to sit down and make decisions, whether it's decisions based on your guys' relationship or based on the household or based on a job or based on whatever, you could fucking sit down and have the conversation. I think this is a way, for me, to find out, okay, how serious is this person actually about this relationship? B, are we on the same fucking page as far as it comes to communication? C, if they're open to the conversation, now it opens that door for fucking growth, and it opens that door for being able to have those really, really hard conversations, because you already know, okay, look, I can come to this person, I can say, hey, this is how I'm feeling inside of the relationship. Again, has not a negative notation on you, but is strictly, this is how I feel. I feel like I've kind of hit a plateau here a little bit. I don't feel like I'm growing the way that we used to grow together. I want to take a step to further that and continue to learn you. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. But I gotta disagree a little bit.
Okay.
It's interesting. I think this might be a different instance. And I think this might be an instance of something that may just need to be handled rather than talked about. I think
Elaborate, yeah.
I think this might be a circumstance that would be better off, not necessarily unspoken, but I think the precursor to this conversation is no conversation. And you kind of said it yourself a little bit. You said studying and paying attention, and maybe this just might be one of those chapters where you pay a little bit more attention to what they're doing and what they're into, and if the attempting to involve yourself doesn't work, then maybe you have that conversation. But maybe just showing the interest and maybe attempting to be a part of that beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And boy, that's a speed bump. I only say that because, like, one of the things that I'm quote unquote guilty of is wanting to talk about a lot of things and wanting to have a lot of conversation, but having learned the hard way that sometimes you just pay a little bit more attention and kind of do the things that you need to do.
So I've learned the exact opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
This is interesting.
I have always just tried to slowly and softly just insert myself into whatever the other person is doing,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of do it that way. And I always get pushed back.
Ooh, I have to intersect for 1 second.
Yeah.
I challenge the listeners. I'm interested because I feel at this point in time that we're gonna have two different viewpoints, which is great.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited about this.
I think this is the first time we've openly differed on a topic.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why I'm smiling right now. I want input. You guys just heard two completely different extremes as to how to approach this situation. So tell us what you think. I want male and female perspective here. So please write in.
How would you guys like this situation to be handled from both sides?
Yes.
You know, from how would you like your partner to interject themselves? Would you like to have the conversation firsthand? That way you kind of everybody sets the expectations for.
If there is no agreement on either of them, then how would you?
Right.
Anyway, I just wanted to.
No. That's good. I want to hear back from everybody too. Absolutely.
But you learned the opposite way.
I did. I always tried to kind of weasel my way in. You know. I'd always come up and I'd watch for a while. Then I'd ask if I could participate, and then I'd ask if I could help.
Mm-hmm.
And I always got no. This is my thing. Like I'm gonna.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Every single one of them has always been like, no, this is for me.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That doesn't sit well with me.
No, it hurts.
And it might be a selfish thing. I'm not really sure what my issue is there, but
no, it's a fucking, a kick in the balls.
I like to be a part.
Yeah.
And I like for them to be a part as well. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
I like the full circle thing.
Exactly. And that's exactly my point and why I have the conversation, because it's always been no, this is my thing. Like, you can go do your thing for a little while. We'll come back.
Oof.
No, fuck you.
Okay.
If I'm gonna go do my thing. I'm gonna go get on my fucking bike, and you're not gonna see me all fucking day.
I go vroom.
Yeah, like don't tell me that, because that's, to me, that's essentially being told, no, you can. I don't want you. Go away.
I mean, I can equate that to that for sure.
Like
because that's how my heart feels.
That's exactly where it's been, and there have been a couple of times where I've actually been told, "Hey, go take the day. Go ride your bike."
No.
Yeah,
I don't know who you think I am.
Get fucked.
Or who I'm trying to be, but it ain't that dude.
So that's why I've learned to kind of bring it into conversations and have that way expectations are set from the start. You know, like, hey, this is kind of where I'm at. This is what I'm feeling. You know, I want to try to do this more. So let's try to, if it's our time or your time or whatever, we set aside a little bit of time where I can just kind of watch and just sit in and help, and whatever level of participation you want from me, just let me know, and I'll be glad. If I'm just going to sit and, if it's video games, if it's using video games as an example.
Sure.
I will sit and I will watch, and I'm going to ask you a little bit of questions that way, because you're obviously passionate about it, right? Like, they're passionate about it, they're playing it, they're spending their free time doing this or building this game or building this computer or doing whatever. I'm going to sit and I'm going to ask questions. I want to learn a little bit about what intrigues you, what draws you into this, right? It's like me in baseball.
Yeah.
You fucking get me started talking about baseball, bro. I will go down so many fucking rabbit holes. We'll be here all fucking day long. But that's what, like, is passion for me.
Right.
And that's what I mean by that is for the folks at home, like this has to be something that it can't be just some fucking whoop-de-fling hobby. I'll be over it in 2 weeks. Like, this has to be something, in my mind, this has to be something that, like, this other person's passionate about. Like, this needs to be something that's going to continue throughout the relationship, throughout the marriage, throughout the whatever.
Right. Well, it's just like me doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of support and structure is important. It's important for a lot of different reasons.
Yep.
And luckily, I've been blessed with that.
Yeah. She's been fucking great with this shit. She just lets you disappear.
She's a little unhappy about it, but...
Well, but she understands.
Rightfully so, though.
Yeah,
rightfully so.
Right. You're taking time away from her, but she understands.
Right.
Like, this is something that you're truly passionate about.
Right.
And she has expressed the want and the desire to be a part of it.
Yep.
Whether it's behind the scenes, actually on recording, whether it's whatever. Helping with the room. You know, whatever. She's expressed the desire to help you. And whether that was a conversation you two had or whether she just offered and you took it, the exact scenario that we're talking about right now happened.
Right. It did happen. It did happen. And luckily, because through the years...
Now, you guys have known each other for a long time. Let's preface that for a little bit.
Yeah, that's also important.
Yeah.
I suppose that adds different characteristics.
Yes. This isn't him and his lady are not a fresh relationship. It's been on and off again for a couple of years. So
lots of learning.
Yes. Still learning.
Continuous learning. Yeah, that's
still
important. Give me just 1 second here. I got a technical issue I got to deal with. And we're back. Sorry
there
about
we
that, guys.
go.
Still dealing with some technical difficulties. Anyhow, back on it.
It was my bad.
That's all right.
Somebody can't sit in front of the fucking microphone the entire time. No, but that conversation and that, whether it was a conversation or not, it happened. That scenario happened that we were talking about.
Right.
You know, she came to you, saw what you were passionate about, saw the drive, saw the desire, and said, I want to be a part of that because he is passionate about it.
Right.
And she did what she needed to do to insert herself at whatever levels that she could to be a part of it.
And we're still to this day making it work.
Right.
Right.
And I'm sure her growth, her position in this will expand a little bit as we start to take on more shit.
Sure.
You know, we've talked a little bit about the music thing and you know, having her be a part of that too. And that is what I've tried to do on multiple different occasions. The same way she did, where she just came in and she was like, what do you need?
Right.
And I was told, nothing. We're good. Sick.
Cool, I guess I'm bouncing.
Right. Guess I'll just go fuck myself. You know, versus if I were to have come about it and had the conversation, which has bit me a couple of times too, but it's come out, the 2 times that it's worked in my benefit have come out way on top. Like, now they're hooked on what I was fucking on what I was doing.
Right.
I turned somebody who hated baseball into an avid baseball fan.
That's kind of cool.
Avid baseball fan.
Mm-hmm.
And I turned somebody who hated motorcycles into an avid rider. Just because they were interested in why I had such a strong passion for it.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to teach them a little bit about how my brain worked and they were able to translate it to their own life, and they took it.
Dunzo.
And they ran with it.
Hell yeah.
And while we were still together, that was really, really cool. Because we could sit and we could have conversations about, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to go see these people play. Did you see that play on ESPN today? Did you see that fucking backhand shortstop jump throw to first base? Mm-hmm. That was fucking sick. They knew what the fuck I was talking about. That warmed my fucking heart more than I can fucking Fuck, bro. But that's that's what I'm talking about. That is
Well, that's the true beauty of what you're asking for,
yes.
and looking for in a real relationship.
Yep.
And you can use that word as deep as you want, or as shallow as you want, for that matter. But a real, true relationship, man. The involvement and the shared passion, both ways,
Both
is,
ways.
is fucking so invigorating. It is something so surreal to be able to just be with another person and just be able to be excited about the shit,
Right.
you know?
It doesn't matter what you're doing. Just be
Yeah.
excited about it. Just
Yeah.
be excited to be with that person and just
For that
yeah.
moment, there's a shared passion.
Yep.
There's no negativity. It's just this fucking moment.
Yep.
Yep. And it's great.
And that people don't realize that in and of itself, sharing that couple hours will bring you so much fucking closer to the person that you're with.
Oh my god.
It is an absurd. It is
on,
absurd.
It is on a subconscious level.
It is. You're intertwined at that point. I mean, your subconscious is intertwined because now they understand how you think a little bit. Now they understand, like, okay, this is what gets them excited. Like, this is okay.
Something I want to add on to that too, because I personally feel it, or I have felt it in the past, is like when you're really, I'm going to use concerts as an example.
Yeah.
Concerts. You know, everybody's shy to sing. Everybody's shy to jam out or be excited about music, and everybody's worried about what their person's gonna think or whatever. God, dude, when I go to concerts, like my love for the music just flow. I look retarded. It's not okay. I'm screaming the lyrics. I am dancing. I'm singing to you. It's not okay. And when that shit gets shared, that's like one of those moments, like when you realize that you can actually be yourself in that moment.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting at, is when you realize that you can take this fucking fire for whatever it is and share that with another person, and you guys realize, holy shit, he's fucking weird too.
Yep. He's a fucking weirdo, boys.
Yes, it's go time. Then that's one of those things that just it just lightens your heart, you know.
Oh, it really does.
And it really brings life to life. It's a moment that you can truly fucking enjoy for that little bit.
When you can finally, when you have somebody who's willing to, I'm going to use this analogy, to stoke your fire to light the fucking darkest corners of the weirdo fucking room that you are.
But because you're doing the same thing for them.
Right.
That's when it gets dangerous.
That only works when when you're doing it for them too.
Yep.
That's when you know.
That's when it's fun.
That's when it becomes fun, and that's when life stops being so fucking hard all the time when it comes to relationships and shit like that.
Now you are in that moment.
Yeah. And now you know how to achieve that moment repeatedly.
Mm-hmm. At least one way.
It's no longer a fluke thing anymore.
Nope.
If you feel like you need to have some connection time with your person, go to a concert.
Yep.
Go to a baseball game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do something that you enjoy.
Right.
And just see if it doesn't ignite a little bit.
Right. I guarantee you it will.
Most of the time, I feel like it works.
I guarantee it will.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a minute. Kind of bringing that back a little bit into the circle here is, you've also got to be able to read the room, though. You've got to be able to read that moment.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Because you might feel that fire, but then you look over to your person and they're like, "This fucking sucks."
Yeah, so
I'm
I've
bored.
seen that too.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
And we're not saying just to fucking, if you do see that, if you do recognize that, just to give up and just, this one time didn't work. Like,
no, but now I would have a conversation.
Now is when you have the conversation.
Yeah,
like, hey, whoa, like, we're not on the same page right now.
So
like,
you're not into that?
Yeah.
I won't disagree with the fact that not all couples work the same.
Mm-mm.
And in saying that, I will say that maybe some couples are more okay with having separate time and enjoying the things they like on their own. And if that's between you and them, then
Oh, well, I'll use, the current, right now, interest of mine does not like motorcycles.
that was a really bad way to start that.
What?
Because now I have mixed feelings.
Calm down. But that's where I get my time. Right? I jump out. I go for a ride.
Okay.
You know, if I need time for me, hey, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go right out to Wickenburg. I'm gonna go have a couple beers down at. The fuck's the bar down there?
In Wickenburg, which bar?
The one right on the strip. Red letters.
I can see it.
It's next to the theater.
The one with the little porch?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I get looked at funny when I go in there. It's that. Oh, God.
Well, you're also 6'9", 3,000 pounds. So, just kidding, folks. He's like 6'3".
2.
No, flat-footed maybe.
2. Yeah, flat-footed.
Flat-footed 6'2".
Stuck to the ground.
Yeah, in boots, like 6'4".
Okay. Moving forward.
Anyway,
Fuck.
it's gonna bother me now. Fuck. But you know, so that's my time, and there's. Should every moment of your relationship be spent together? Absolutely not. Okay, I believe that there is nothing but benefits to having some of your own time within the relationship. You need your own time. You need some time to settle yourself. You need some time to be on your own, to really maintain the personality, the person that your significant, you know, fell for, whatever you want to, however you want to word that.
Right.
You know, you need to be able to maintain that. And unfortunately, a lot of times you can't do it as a couple. But there needs to be an equal amount of time for those in the back who didn't hear me the first time, that you guys spend together doing something together.
I think the real the real fair way to look at it
There we go.
is, if you really have an expectation, if you really truly have an expectation to spend the rest of your life with this person, then you need to really understand that there might be moments where you need to find just a small bit of peace.
Yep.
And you really need just to be centered, because I'm still guilty of that every fucking day. There are moments where I just need to just recenter, engage myself into gravity, come back down, and just collect my shit.
Yep.
And it's not abnormal, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
But I think it's a realistic thing to think about. Like I said, I mean, think about the volume when you say the rest of your life.
Oof.
The rest. I'm 34 years old, dude. That's another fucking potentially like 70 fucking years.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So I think it's only fair for you to be able to acknowledge, at least to yourself, that you're gonna have to fucking to be better for that, to be better for the situation, for her, or for him, or to be better in general. You're gonna have to take moments when you need them.
Yeah.
And just stay grounded, stay humble, and do your thing to be better.
I agree.
I don't think that's unfair.
No.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a big expectation.
It is. It is. And I think that's why, you know, it's important that you need to have an equal amount of time as yourself, and with that as a couple. Right?
I would say that is gonna vary, and I don't feel comfortable answering that.
Okay.
And I only say that because
Just kind of splinter.
just because I don't know. There are so many different variations of couples and variations of situations.
Well, we can't speak on everybody else. So
It's merely speculation. But I would say, is it necessary all the time? Yes. To which degree? I don't know.
that's gonna vary. You're gonna have to figure that out inside of your own relationship.
Right, and that's where my speculation stops.
I understand. Okay, we're on the same page. I understand what you're.
I'm thinking vaguely, and I'm sorry,
You're fine.
but that's just how my mind works. When there's volume to be spoken about, I typically can't,
Yeah.
because that would be unfair.
So bring it. We'll tie it into, you know, you got to be able to read the room. you got to be able to read your person, right? You got to be able to read who you're having those interactions with and who you're having the the potential conversations with. Because if you're just kind of shooting at the fucking hip and doing whatever you want, you guys aren't even in the same book, nothing's gonna fucking work.
Gotta pay attention.
Yeah,
Gotta aim a little bit.
at least.
At least a little bit. It's
At
worth
least,
it.
yeah.
And the other person involved deserves that.
Right. And I think the Mecca, that's what it's called.
The fuck?
Mecca Bar and Grill out in Wickenburg. I'm sorry.
Oh. Like the Mecca what? Are we dying right now?
No, my
Is
bad.
Today my day.
Squirrel. No, but we talked a little bit about work too, and I think it's very important, in the work environment, if you're feeling like you just are stale and you're stagnant and you can't go anywhere, go sit down and have a conversation with your boss, with your manager, the person that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. That
if it's a truly invested job, then it'll be worth something.
if it's not, you'll find out real quick when they go, probably not.
Yeah.
Cool. That's when you start looking for something else.
Right.
That's when you're like, okay, this isn't going to take me where I want to go. Cool. I've grown to as far as they're willing to let me grow inside of this company. Time to find another one.
Right. Unfortunately.
Well, and you see it a lot in the blue collar field, man. I mean, how often do you see guys bounce from company to company to company to company to company? Fuck. I worked for 7 towing companies in 3 years.
That's very blue collar in general because that's such a conversation. I don't want to get into that conversation.
Why?
But people, because I have other things that I want to touch base on.
Okay, we'll touch.
But
yeah.
You are right, and I feel like that's for a fucking variety of reasons. For one, in blue collar, people are so used to saying anything from fucking ranch hands to ranch work to construction to towing to mechanics, fucking anything hands-on. They're so used to people expecting a certain level of, what the fuck is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but if you're a bitch, then you gotta just bounce.
Yeah.
That's the mentality, is if you can't deal with the work, then just go now.
Yep.
So you're replaceable, I'll find somebody else to do it, fuck it, I don't care.
Yep.
And
touching on the exact point that I wanted to touch on, the way that, unfortunately, that management has to be in the blue collar fields, because of, you've got so many guys and so many people that come in and think, oh, I can do this work. They find out within 3 weeks that they can't.
No, yep. Trade work is not an easy place to be.
Fuck, no, it's not.
And that's why people are lessening and lessening in that field.
Yep. In
I
all
say-
of the trade fields.
I was gonna say all of the trade fields, and I left out a lot, and I don't mean to. Don't misinterpret what I was saying. I did not mean to doubt any other form of blue collar or trades work.
Every single fucking piece of it is hard.
Metal work, plumbing work, counter work, architectural, framing, fucking roofing, everything. All of it. I'm sorry.
Metal workers.
They get the brunt of the shit, especially out here in Arizona.
Metal workers.
Have you done metal work with heat?
Oh, fuck. My brother is on the fucking iron union down here.
Cody?
Yeah.
Is he alive?
Kind of.
Ish.
Yeah.
He's a little burnt.
He's got a few less brain cells than when I fucking saw him the last time, but
Maybe he's the one taking them.
I fucking hope not.
You
That
piece of shit.
piece of motherfucker.
But-
Man, I tell you what. I've seen that kid. I call him a kid. He's 26.
Great, now I just feel old.
Yeah.
That explains the gray in the beard.
I've seen that kid go from literally was a ranch hand out in fucking Kansas?
Jesus, really?
Wisconsin? Kansas? Yeah. He traveled around with a couple of his buddies with the army, and he just worked on ranches around where the base was.
Didn't know he was in the army.
He wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't.
Okay.
His buddies were.
Gotcha.
His buddy Casey went to high school with was stationed out of Kansas somewhere. Or Missouri, or one of those fucking flat middle states. And he worked on the fucking ranch. Like, that's what he did. Cody did.
It's not easy work, dude.
Fuck no. Running horses, running cattle, running chewing, fucking doing all that kind of shit. He came back, wanted to be a farrier.
Yeah, well.
Apprenticed for about 3 weeks and realized that wasn't for him. Did construction. Excuse me, digging trenches and shit for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Had heat stroke. Fucking almost died.
That'll happen.
Yep. Dummy. Fucking white boy trying to do Mexican work.
Saying, man. There's a reason they're conditioned for it.
Yeah, fuck. Now he's on the fucking steel union down here. Like, my boy is doing some shit.
He's going to figure it out.
He's real close to figuring it out. I think dude's really good with his hands. He was a fucking artist. He loved to draw when we were growing up. I think if he puts his fucking head to it, honestly, and he were to dive into welding, I think he'd kill it.
Better do it soon.
Because he's got that eye.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he can just see if it looks good or not.
Right.
I mean, is it gonna stick? Hit it with a hammer. Stuck? Cool. Fuck it. It's good.
Great.
It's fucking steel and iron. Nobody's gonna give a fuck what that weld looks like in 20 years. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna see it.
Oh, God.
But he tells me every single time I talk to him how crazy the turnover rate is.
Yeah. I think that stands for just about all the industries we were talking about.
How crazy the turnover rate is.
Well, you don't need to be hands-on with work anymore to make money. The shitty thing is, if you know how to work your phone, you can make probably more money than anybody.
Oh yeah, I've got a friend of mine from back home. His 14-year-old kid made 25 grand last month.
Yep.
14 years old from high school.
Yep.
In high school, he's a sophomore, freshman. Made 25 grand last month. Fucking drop shipping shit. Just opened a little store on Amazon. Grabbed a bunch of things, put them in there. People bought them. He made a fuckload of money. I don't know how to do that.
Our specified industry is it's not wanted, but it's necessary.
Which industry? What do you...
Just the industries that involve working with your hands. Physical industries.
Yeah, blue collar life is dying.
It's dying, but it's going to be a rude awakening when people figure out that they have to have it.
Truck drivers.
All these there's so many fucking houses and apartments going up here.
And when you no longer have people to build them.
Right. Well, you can just stop moving here because ain't nobody to build the houses.
California, fuck off.
I'm sorry that you can make more money on TikTok, but now nobody's going to build the house you want.
Right.
So, it's hard. This took a strong veer.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Before we close out, I would like to go back to the original topic, not regarding relationships.
Oh, no. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I just... That was also halfway important. Only because, going back to the original topic of reading the room, removing yourself, that kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
When you stop putting yourself in bad situations, whether it's for your physical health or your mental health, when you start realizing that it's not worth it for you to be involved in specific situations, and I know I'm not talking about drinking or drugs or anything like that. That's a whole different conversation. I'm talking about your mental stability.
And just everyday life shit.
Yeah, when you start removing yourself and just walking away or removing yourself from situations that you know are probably not going to end in your favor, and start removing the clutter from your brain and, cleaning up your files and so to speak.
Clean out your fucking closet.
You're able to really, and it takes time. It takes time. I'm not saying this is overnight because it's definitely not overnight.
It's not a...
It could fucking take months. It could take fucking years. But if you're persistent and you start putting yourself in better situations and you start cleaning up your desktop and you start focusing on really, really what's important. And if making money is important to you, then start focusing on the quality of your work. If your relationship at home is really that important to you, then start focusing on the quality of your relationship. If something you're doing on the side is that important to you, then start taking yourself away from bad situations, and at the very least, go immerse yourself in something that you want to be immersed in. Find your thoughts where you want them to be. If you're building a drift car, then instead of going to someone's house who's probably going to cause drama because you're with a certain group of people, then fucking go into the garage with your car that you want to build a drift car and put on some music, maybe daydream, maybe look up some parts,
Call one or two of your homies.
try and draw, call a homie, immerse yourself, force yourself to be immersed in a thought that you want to be in. Just,
Now, I'm going to cut you off here.
alright. I've been cut.
You're going to force yourself the first handful of times that you do it.
That is correct, and I think that's an important correction.
You're going to force yourself the first handful of times that you do it. But down the road, and very soon down the road, if this is truly something that you're going to end up being passionate about, or that you are already passionate about,
Right.
and you're just starting it, man, saying no to going that house party down the street,
Super easy.
so easy to do.
Yeah.
No, man, I got plans. I'm busy. I'm sorry. And it's just you in your garage wrenching on shit.
Right.
Or it's you on your bike fucking tooling around the neighborhood. Or it's whatever.
Do you know when I started doing this shit? First of all, not having a fucking clue.
At all.
Period.
I remember getting the first video of you and your laptop in the kitchen.
Yeah, I was at my dining room table trying to figure this shit out. But when it's something that you have some unrealistic, and I say that because that's how it feels, some unrealistic drive that you really truly feel in your heart, that's when I personally started saying no to putting myself in those situations. Okay, I have something that I want to do, and if this is something that I want to do and I want to accomplish, then I have to start putting myself in that position.
Is this invitation going to take me away from my passion and the time that I need to spend on making this come to fruition?
Right.
Yes? Cool. I can't go. Sorry. I got to go home and make sure that my shit's taken care of.
I'm sure you, of all people, would believe, but you're not going to understand truly how painful it is to see all the discrepancies that you're going to receive. But from people that don't matter. That's the shittiest thing, is all the people that want to argue with you about your choice because you're making a choice to have a passion, all those people are going to argue with you. But it's all the people that want to cause problems.
It's all the negative. It's all the toxic. Oh, we talked about fucking draining your swamp.
Ideally, that's what I'm talking about.
We talked about, was it last week? Last episode?
Yeah.
I think it was last episode with me. Draining the swamp. My solo. Little bit. Kind of solo.
Right.
Mostly solo.
That's basically what I'm referring to.
Yeah, you'll find out super quick. Super fucking quickly how toxic and how wrong those people were for your everyday life and for where you want to end up.
Mm-hmm.
The shittiest thing about finding a passion and becoming passionate about it is you realize very quickly how little your friends group is.
You're going to filter your life real quick.
Like that.
Oh my god, it is painful.
Yeah, it is insanely painful, but at the end of the day, it is the best pain. It's like getting a tattoo. It hurts. It's a motherfucker. It's really annoying for
In the beginning.
a week afterwards. But it looks damn good when it's fucking done. And so will your life if you sit there and you fucking focus on something that makes you happy, something that makes you passionate, something that lights a fucking fire and a drive inside of you. And you stop messing with the bullshit and the drama and the fucking whatever from the toxic ass fucking people that you put in your fucking swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And before you fucking know it, you're no longer looking at a fucking swamp. You're kind of looking at what are those fucking trees down in Florida? The fucking...
I don't know, but it's super fun to look at a blank canvas and go,
Yeah.
okay, so now this is when it gets exciting.
Yep.
Because now you figure out exactly what you have on your side.
Yep.
And how you're going to move forward alone. And guess what? When you figure out what people are not going to stick around, it is so great to know that you're not going to be dragging that many fucking bags of sand with you to success.
You'll realize just how much lighter the load is on your day to day.
I can move forward on my own. I can do what I want on my own.
Yep.
I can do what I need to do on my own. I don't have to worry about what any of these people think.
I'm a boss. I can do what I want.
100%. I'm a boss ass bitch.
Yeah. No, but exactly. That was exactly my point. You know, you realize very quickly that, man, I really didn't need to be going out to the fucking bar to have a good time. I really didn't need to see all these fucking people to feel a little bit of validation for my fucking day-to-day life. All I needed to do was find something that made me feel good.
Now, having said that, I only say this because it's like one of my biggest annoyances in my own head, is if going out to the bar is something you enjoy, then do it with fucking people you want to do it with.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a while, if you want to go out and have a good time, go fucking have a good time. But do it with fucking people that matter.
Right.
Do it with the fucking people that matter.
Not with the people that you did it before you found your fucking passion.
Yeah.
Don't go back to those people because they'll fucking swallow you up and they'll take you back.
Consume your filter and make it your life. It's important.
You realize once you find that thing that makes you fucking passionate and start doing it, that the people around you are going to do nothing but try to fucking build you up. They're going to try to pick you up. Mm-hmm. Everything in your fucking life gets so much better just because you don't have the baggage of the other fucking bullshit from everybody else.
You don't.
You don't have the weight of all that shit fucking wearing on you every single day. You fucking... What did I tell you when I fucking first moved in? The second day I moved in here, what did I sleep like? An absolute child. Because I didn't
come out of your room for a day and a half.
I didn't. I was in there and I was just like, fuck it.
This is peaceful.
Just chilling. I don't have to worry about the fucking roommate being bitchy. I don't have to fucking worry about fucking her finding something else that I did wrong. I don't have to worry about fucking going to the bar and hearing about fucking, she did this, she sent me this, she shared this on... I didn't have to fucking worry about any of that shit anymore. I was able to fucking just let it all go. Started doing this with you, which helped a fucking lot, by the way. Gave me something to be passionate about. Gave me something to have some fucking drive and something to think about and look forward to. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Is it didn't just take my mind off of that shit. It did for the first couple episodes, and then it always started to dwindle back and fucking started to sink into this. And then I was able to look at it and go, wow, that shit did not make me happy.
Mm-mm.
That shit did not make me feel good.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy how easy it is to see.
Once you make it abundantly clear to yourself,
Yes.
and remove yourself for just a little bit,
Right. Just give it a couple weeks.
if that.
At the most.
Yeah, at the most.
At the most. Give it a couple weeks. If after a couple weeks you're like, that didn't work, I still... Okay, then go back.
Right.
Then it wasn't that unhealthy for you in the first place. Like...
There's been so many different examples of things, and I don't mean to keep drawing this back to me because it's not that. I'm just using me as an example.
That's why I talk about me all the time. Fuck.
But there's so many different examples of truly passionate items and chapters in my life that people, they say and they express. Well, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and this is going to be great, and, we're we, and...
Until it comes time to be we.
Until it comes time to be we, and for some reason, you're the one sitting here. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but what I am saying is that was completely unexpected.
Oh, out of the fucking blue.
110%. And I'm going to guess that goes along with you being able to follow some kind of an instinctual draw, because that's exactly what this whole thing has been for me. For example, was for some fucking reason I gotta do this. I gotta fucking do this. I don't know why, but I gotta do this. But I had, I don't know, 6 or 7 different people that wanted to really, really, really commit to this and grind with me on it. And well, you weren't one of them in the beginning.
I wasn't. I was like, yeah, I'll come on for an episode.
Sure. So,
literally, folks, That's no bullshit. I literally told him I'll come on for an episode and I'll listen to the first couple and we'll see how the first couple of episodes go.
Hooked him. No, I'm kidding. It's not that good.
I haven't even listened to the very first episode of this.
No, I haven't either.
I don't think I'm going to. I will say I listened to a couple, but I don't think I'm going to.
But my example stands.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I kind of veered into you there. But my example stands with a lot of different things that have happened in my life. Where people, and you know what the common denominator is for lack of a better word, it's publicity. It's recognition. That's a good word for it. The things that people want to be involved in involve recognition.
Yep.
And they think that somebody is just going to drag them through because their name is involved. They're going to get the recognition that they want, and they're going to get the attention that they want from it.
Nope.
Guess what, folks?
That ain't how it works.
Doesn't fucking work that way. Not for me, anyway. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me...
Well, you got better luck than the two of us if you're fucking just getting recognition handed out to you. Because I tell you what, I've had to work for my fucking name on every single fucking piece of paper, every achievement, every award, every fucking title, every fucking license that I've had my fucking name on, that I've had the pride of getting, I've had to fucking bust my ass for.
And I think, I'm not going to get into details, but there are several examples still in life today of physical pieces of evidence that without a hand to hold, nothing happens. Yep. So it's just it's frankly kind of amazing that people won't go out of their own way sometimes to get what they want. I shouldn't say get what they want. To work for what they want.
I'm gonna dive deeper into that fucking statement than you're willing to. The sheer unwillingness to work for what they want.
Yeah, and I understand that hard work is hard work. I get that. I totally get that. But I don't understand the willingness to not do something that you need to do to get it done. That's where I don't understand. Because I understand, like, hard work is going to suck, and I'll piss and moan about it too, but I'm going to do it.
All fucking day.
But I'll fucking do it.
How many times did I complain about mowing the fucking yard the other day, and I did it for 2 hours?
Right.
I fucking complained. But and not taking this away from you, but we chose to work in the sun and in the heat 17 hours a day most of the time.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But we did it because we knew what we were doing. Mm-hmm. We were good at it, are good at it. Number 2. Number 3, we made damn good fucking money doing it.
That's the thing is...
And I needed to put food on the fucking table. I had bills to pay. I had shit that I had to fucking do to make sure that I could do what I wanted to do.
Yeah, and that's always been... It's such a cliche motto, but I use it so often because I think it's so fucking appropriate. But man, I work hard so I can play harder.
Oh fuck yeah!
You gotta fucking pay to play, bro.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So that way, when I fuck up something on one of my cars or trucks,
this shit's expensive.
People expect me to be mad. I'm not mad. I'm not happy, but you know what I tell people with a smile is like, you gotta fucking pay to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking broke it, but
because guess what's going on there now?
I fucking did it.
Yeah.
But something better's going on there now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you think I'm spending fucking money on stock parts? Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out. So it's just it is what it is, and that's the fun part. That's the fun part of it is, and I can't wait to take that to a higher degree. I am so excited to take that to a higher degree, and I'm going to take it to a higher degree. I'm going to elevate.
What do you mean? How?
In life. Financially, mentally, physically, mentally. Folks, mentally. Is that mentally?
Somebody Urban Dictionary that real quick.
Mentally. What the fuck just happened? Mentally, I just lost the brain cell again. So...
Again.
On that note, give me a good note to end this on.
Fuck. I don't know. I think that was a pretty great note for the audience.
On a good mentally note.
Oh, fuck.
Folks.
No, Man, listen, if it makes you passionate, fucking dive into it.
Just do it. Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Maybe ask a couple of questions.
Well, no, fuck them.
Okay.
Don't ask fucking questions.
Okay.
Figure it the fuck out. What have you done? Figured it the fuck out.
Oh.
Okay? But you don't get, I don't know, for me, asking fucking for help, not asking for help. Ask for help. If you're truly stuck and you need help, fucking ask
Then
for it.
swallow your pride and ask for some
Yeah.
help. Whether it's knowledge or just a hand.
Physical ability, you
Yeah.
know, whatever. There's a lot of shit that I can't do, like talking about working on cars and whatnot. Like, I can't do it anymore because of my shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, at least for the time being. I've got to give it some more fucking time to heal and whatnot. But, like, there's a physical limitation there. If you fucking need physical help, if your thing's going to be working on cars or working on bikes or fucking building something, ask for fucking help. But try to figure it out first. Spend some decent fucking time trying to figure it out. And I'll tell you why I think this way, just briefly. If you continue to fucking fall back and lean on somebody else to do it for you or to help you fucking do it without really putting any time or effort into figuring it out or getting it done on your own, that fucking passion's gonna die and it's not gonna fucking stick.
You'll forget about it.
You'll forget about it. Give it 6 weeks, it'll be gone, and then you have a fucking project car in your buddy's backyard just fucking sitting there because you didn't have any place to store it.
So, in essence, if you want something, then do something about it.
Yeah, I mean, just fucking go out and get it.
Follow what you want, and do something about it. I think that's pretty solid. Do something about it. That doesn't mean punch your coworker in the face either.
No.
Just, if you want to do something, then do something about it.
And make sure you fucking look at your surroundings. Make some observations.
See what's good for you.
Yeah,
Do what's good for you.
it'll be very obvious if you're like objectively looking for it.
100%.
If you're ready to look for it and you're ready to find it, it'll be, oh fuck, duh.
Third, yes.
Yeah,
As always, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Please subscribe on YouTube. Please subscribe on Spotify.
Ring the motherfucking bell.
Please ring the fucking bell. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Click the red bell. Thank you. Follow on Spotify. You will get notifications every Monday and Friday when it's dropped, and you will also get notifications when I do surprise drops.
Also, for those of you who are JRE enthusiasts,
Oh God.
it happened again.
Aha.
Actually, two circumstances that I'm going to talk to. We found out this week. Your cousin,
No, my brother.
your brother, found us right after a JRE segment, and was listening to, who was I listening to today? Chrysler's Sirius show.
He doesn't have a serious show. He has 3 different podcasts. None of them are serious.
Then it was an episode of him, and it wasn't JRE, but where he was having there was a pretty serious segment in the center of it. We came on right after them too.
It followed?
Yeah.
Perfect. We're trying to climb that ladder, and the only way we can do that is with you guys. So please, at the very least, even if you don't finish all the episodes, please just follow, subscribe. You'll get notified, and you can turn them off if you just follow and subscribe. But don't do that.
No, turn the notifications on. We want you motherfuckers to know.
But these are not going to stop coming. The guests are going to get more and more interesting, and the studio is going to get better and better, and there's lots of surprises ahead, as always. So, like, follow, subscribe, click all of them, and we love you.
Love you.
Thank you.